All right, so we do have some great things to cover this evening. We're going to talk about our admissions criteria. We're going to talk about getting started, so the application process that you would use to get started with the SBC, our guided pathways model, the cost of tuition, some of our degree programs, some scholarships, and also some of our articulation agreements that we have with some of our university partners. Okay, so we'll jump right in. All right, so in terms of admissions criteria, we are an open access institution, meaning all you would need to be granted admissions to St. Petersburg College is a standard high school diploma, a GED, or a signed homeschool affidavit. All right, there is no admissions based on your test scores. So in your traditional university setting where they're looking for ACT or SAT or scores to be granted admissions into the institution, we do not require that. Instead, we use the ACT, SAT, or PERT as a way to inform initial course placement far as what courses you will start with when you are granted admissions in the SPC. Okay. Anything you want to add to that, Jared?
Yeah, if anyone's interested, if they've already applied and they want to send their ACT or SAT scores, you can do so by going on collegeboard.com with your user password, and then you can send those right over to St. Petersburg College, and we'll attach them to your record once you apply.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right. And again, the caveat of being an open access institution, as soon as you apply, you have the opportunity to actually register for courses. So our summer courses, our summer registration just began March 25th. So those are available on our website, so you can take a look at the courses that are open. We are fully online for the summer course due to what's going on in today with the virus and all. We do have our online courses available for the summer session. April 29th will be fall registrations for those who are interested in attending classes come fall in August. Those courses will be available to view April 13th, but actual fall registration will be April 29th. Okay.
Awesome. These are some important dates for our students. And it looks like we have a question from Lauren. Her question is, what about transcripts? If you had to leave a previous transcript and if it were years ago, what do we do with those?
Say it one more time, you broke up, I'm sorry.
What do we do with transcripts if you had to leave a previous college institution? What do you?
All right. So one thing, if you have attended a previous institution, we do require that you do submit those transcripts. We do give you a semester grace period. So say you are transferring from a university or another college, and you want to be a Titan, we do give you that semester grace period to get those official transcripts in. After that semester, you will have a hold on your account, and we will require you to have those official transcripts submitted to us.
Awesome. Thank you. It's very important.
Yes. Again, getting started. So first step of becoming an SBC Titan is completing the admissions application. All right. So it's a pretty simple application. It should take you about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. So for those who are interested in completing that application, you go to www.spcollege.edu/apply. And a few things that you would need to have to complete that particular application. One being your social security number. That is a requirement to complete the online application. Also, you should have those residency documents prepared with you when you are completing the application, and pretty much residency allows you to get in-state tuition. If you do not have the residency documents at the time of the application, that's okay. You can bypass that and submit those documents at a later date. And then lastly, there is a $40 application fee at the end of completing the application. And again, you can submit that application without paying the application fee, just to keep that in mind. All right. And for those students who live in Pinellas County who are dual enrolled, meaning you're taking college level courses while you are in high school currently, or if you're in early college, early admissions, that application process is slightly a little different because you already have an SBCID number due to being a part of our high school dual enrollment program. Upon completion, going into your senior year of taking dual enrollment, those students will need to complete something called the supplemental application. And here's the link right here. Well, obviously you can't see the link here, but Jarek, if you have the link available, can you put that in the chat for me?
Yeah, of
for
course.
for the supplemental application. Again, for those who are currently dual enrolled. Last week, the dual enrollment department did send out an email with the supplemental application. So for those who know and are aware that you are considered dual enrolled, that particular link has gone out through your email. So you can fill that out so you can transition into becoming a Titan officially. All right, and then also if you need to get a hold of the dual enrollment department, we do have the North County number below and also the South County for those students who are in dual enrollment. All right. Again, residency. So again, this is something that again can be completed during point of application. Again, this is how you receive in-state tuition. Pretty much for those students who are trying to prove residency, the three main documents that most students use to prove their residency in the state of Florida, one being Florida's driver's license, number two being a vehicle registration number, and then three, your voter's registration number. All right, these documents need to be at least 12 months old. So I mean, at least valid for a year to be considered a Florida resident. All right. And for those students who are independent, meaning you are over the age of 24 and you pretty much take care of yourself, you're out on your own, no one claims you on their taxes, you are considered an independent student. So you would need to utilize your documents to prove residency. So it'll be your driver's license, it'll be your vehicle registration, it'll be your voter's registration. All right. And for those students who are considered dependent, meaning your parent or guardian claims you on their taxes, and you're under the age of 24, you would need to use your parent or guardian's information. So their driver's license, their vehicle registration, and also their voter's registration to prove residency in the state of Florida. And if you do have any additional questions, the link is in the PowerPoint where, because again, if you don't have, say you don't have driver's license, say you don't have a vehicle registration information, there are other documents that you can utilize to prove residency. And there's a long list, but again, that link is in the PowerPoint and also in the Q&A for you to go visit the website and look at those documents that could be utilized to prove residency in the state of Florida.
Awesome.
So,
Listen,
just
go
real
right
quick.
ahead, Christine.
Yeah, we have, just if we could go back to transcripts just for a second. Lauren wants to know if they have more than one transcript, do they need to provide each of those, or do they only provide the last school that they went to? And I'm pretty sure that's what the question is.
Yes, you would need to provide all transcripts from any institution that you attended.
Awesome. And if we could circle back, it looks like Lauren asked if you had to provide 3 or just 1 of the residency documents. To answer your question, within the links, there's a primary document that you can give 2 primaries or 1 primary and 2 supplemental documents. That way you can improve your residency. But please leave your information in there with your question in the Q&A. Or in the chat, that way we can send that to you as well.
Yes, and again, they do any documentation that you use need to be valid for at least 12 months.
That's correct. It looks like on a different note, we have a question from an international student. So one of our international students looks like they're wondering how will online classes affect them? Do they need to be in the country? So
you do not need to be in the country. You do not need to be in the country if you are an international student. Again, we are in the state of Florida, but we do serve students throughout the United States and also in other countries. So you are good to go as long as you have good Wi-Fi. You're good to go.
awesome.
So Reggie, I think we need to address a specific thing that we addressed this morning that I kind of skipped over when we started.
Okay.
I see people, a couple of things about, the campuses are not open at the moment. How do I get things done if you're not there? So we have successfully been able to move all of our services online, and in addition, all of our classwork. So anything that you could previously do walking into a campus, you can do online now. So we can address some of those specific things as we get to some of these questions. But if you are needing to turn in transcripts and you have them, we can those can be mailed to us directly, because we are still getting what we would call snail mail. We do have options to receive those electronically as well from the college. So that would be the route that I would suggest when it comes to transcripts specifically. And Reggie's going to talk about testing here in just a little bit, and we can kind of get into some of that as well. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there, that we are fully functional with services.
Yes, and also for the student who asked the international question, we do have a international department. Our director is Frank Yukovich. So if you can, and I'm not sure if you applied to the college already, but if you have applied to the college, please leave your student ID number. If you have not, just please leave your name and your email address so I can get you in contact with our international department, so they can get you squared away and set up in terms of making sure everything is intact for you to get started here at SPC. All right. All right, so once you apply, you will receive a student ID number. This ID number stays with you your entire time at SPC, never changes. You will also receive a student email address. You will receive an assigned advisor. This will be your go-to person that you will consult with when it's time to register for classes. If you have any questions about, scholarships, career choices, you name it, that assigned advisor is that individual who will be with you from start to finish. Okay. Then also you'll gain access to your student portal. All right. So your student portal, which is considered your MySPC, this is where you will see your to-do list. So again, give you an example. If you do the application and you do bypass the residency portion of it on your to-do list, it will let you know that, hey, you need to submit these residency documents to receive in-state tuition. All right. So again, once you apply, you will receive access to that MySPC portal, and you'll have that. And then lastly, your My Courses. So your My Courses is the system that student portal that they use to submit their homework assignments. They communicate with their instructors. They see their syllabus and a variety of different things pertaining to the classes that they are enrolled in. So that's your My Courses. Okay. So two important things that I always want you to remember: your My Courses, again, that's your student portal for submitting assignments and interacting with your professors. And your MySPC is the portal where all your general information is housed as a student, and how we communicate to you in terms of documents that we may need, financial aid or whatnot. Okay. Anything you want to add to that, Jared?
I would say pay attention to that to-do list. It's going to be key to let you know what to do next. And also pay attention to who your assigned advisor is, because that's the person you're going to want to make a phone appointment with to make your schedule when the time comes to register.
Yes. All right, before I talk about the cost of tuition, for those students, and again, I touched on it a little earlier, it's not a requirement to have test scores to be admitted into the college, but we do use test scores as far as college level placement. So we use those scores to determine if you're able to jump right into college level courses. So you may test in the developmental courses. You may have to, they'll take developmental math based on your ACT or SAT or your PERT scores. So again, that's what we use. That's what we use test scores for. Currently, right now, we are transitioning into putting the PERT exam into your My Courses portal. And again, this is your student portal that you will use to do your assignments. So we're in the process. Hopefully this week we get that finalized where students who need to take the PERT exam, you'll be able to take it remotely from home through the My Courses student portal. Okay, so again, we have all you guys' information for those who signed up for the webinar. And as soon as we get final word about access to that, you guys will receive that as well. And for those who need to take the PERT exam. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about the cost of tuition. All right, so we are one of 28 state colleges, a part of the Florida system. So our cost of tuition is very affordable compared to the university system. So 1 credit hour at St. Petersburg College will cost you $111.75. That is, at the university level, that is, you're thinking of, when you think about the university level, you're paying close to $400 for one credit. All right. And if you think about the traditional, your traditional class, college algebra or composition 1, typically those classes are 3 credit hours. So for one credit, for one class, you're looking at $335.25, which again is really good cost savings. That one particular class at the university would technically be about $900. Okay. So when you look at being a full-time student, which is 12 credit hours, that's 4 classes, thinking about a little bit over $1,300 per semester if you're going to be a full-time student. So to sum it all up, you can complete an AA degree, a 2-year degree for $6,700, which again is really, really affordable, and you're getting a great education for a good price. All right. And again, that's our lower division cost of tuition, meaning your first 2 years. Then we have our upper division courses, which again, that is our bachelor's degrees. We do offer 4-year degrees here at St. Petersburg College. So for someone who wants to pursue a bachelor's degree, you're looking at $122.70 per credit. And going down the list, again, you can complete that particular bachelor's degree for a little over $7,000. So for someone who wants to start SPC, get their associate's degree, and also complete their bachelor's degree, you can complete that for a little over $14,000. So that's it's pretty good cost savings to get a high quality degree, and also saving some money in your pocket. All right,
that's an awesome point. So I've got a quick question from Audie. That's what.
Yes, sir.
He just wants to know what's the difference between lower division and upper division. I think we had a couple words in there. Basically, the lower divisions, the first 2 years of your program, an AA degree or AS degree, and then upper divisions, if you want to stay with SPC and complete a bachelor's degree, then those are the Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Applied Science programs, and those are just divvied up by those.
Good job.
Yeah, and since you're still talking about tuition, there was another question that basically says, do I have to be 24 to be independent? I live in Florida. My parents do not, but I have necessary documentation.
No, you don't have to be 24. You just have to be able to prove that you're your own. Your parents don't claim you on their taxes. And long as those documents are valid for 12 months, then you can prove that you are an independent student while being under 24.
Yeah, and so we have another question from Michael about the types of summer classes. So his question is, I already registered for 2 summer courses. Are all summer classes going to be online, or are some of them going to be face-to-face? And where will I go to get books I need for my classes? So kind of a 2-part question there.
Yeah. All right, so to answer the first part, we are going to be fully online for the summer. We made that decision maybe 2 weeks ago, especially with the pandemic going on. We're not sure, where it will be within the next, few months. So we made the decision to go fully online for our summer courses. The fall is still in the air, but for the summer, we are fully online. So in terms of books, you can get those shipped to your home. So if you do go on your MySBC portal and you go through the Barnes & Noble bookstore to order your books, those can be shipped to your house, okay?
It looks like we got another question on the floor.
Yes.
How many classes should I take for the full-time summer term? To answer that question, I would say it's really up to the student on what you can, what you think you can handle for the summer term. So SBC summer term is a little bit smaller than fall and spring. It's around 10 weeks to 16 weeks. So you want to take in consideration that it's a ton of work within that time frame. So just think about how your time management is with your job and your home life. That way you can see if you want to do a full course load or a part-time course load, 6 credit hours around there. Just try to fill out what would be best for you in your certain situation.
Correct. So, and I believe the summer term, 9 credits is considered full-time, correct? If I'm not mistaken, Christy.
It's actually 6.
6. Okay, 6.
Full-time.
Okay, so yeah, 6 credits. Yeah.
To register for more, though, you are able to do that, and your advisor can walk you through that process to request more credit hours.
Okay.
We do have another question. Just wanting to know, do we need to receive all transcripts before a student can actually register as a first-time student?
No, you do not. So again, all right, so give you 2 scenarios. So if you are a transfer student, so again, you've attended, say you've attended 2 institutions in the past, again, we do give you that grace period for the semester grace period. So you don't have to submit any of those transcripts the first semester that you're here with us. But after that first semester, so we give you that first semester to get with those institutions to get those official transcripts in. But we do give you that grace period. Now, if you are a high school student and say, again, you are trying to get started in the fall, you can come in and register for classes using your unofficial transcript, all right? And that means register for classes. Now when fall comes, we are going to be seeking that official transcript for you to actually get started and take those courses, all right? But you are able to register without an official high school transcript in our records. Okay, so again, give you an example, fall registration is opening up April 27th. As a high school student, a graduating senior who's looking to get started in August, you can come to us that same day, meet with an advisor, and get registered for classes without officially graduating from high school, because obviously your graduation will be sometime in June. Okay.
So interesting, Reggie, you would use that example because we have a high school senior who wants to know when she should take the PERT test. Also, she took the math PERT test as a junior, so will she have to do it again?
So Grant, you can take the PERT test at any time. Again, we are in the process of getting that PERT administered through our My Courses portal where you can do it remotely. So again, we will let you know as soon as that is up and going. If you took your PERT as a junior and you're satisfied with your scores and they are on college level, you do not have to retake it. All right. You're not required to retake it if you are satisfied with your scores that you receive as a junior in high school. Okay. But again, once My Courses is available for the PERT, we will definitely let everyone know who get you going. Okay.
And then I'm just one last question from Jennifer, and her question is, for classes that require a lab, would the labs also be online during summer?
They will be online during summer. I can't get into the details with every lab, especially when we're talking the sciences, but we have gone fully online for lectures and labs. Okay, so I would definitely encourage you to stay engaged with us as you meet with your assigned advisor, and for the classes that you are enrolled in for the summer, make sure you're engaging with your instructors to ensure that you're being placed in the best position to be successful in those particular classes.
And I can just add just a little bit to that. We are exploring new formats for online classes that include Zoom meeting times. So it's just like you would experience a face-to-face class. You have certain times that you actually meet face-to-face with your instructor. I believe that labs are set up like that now for the spring semester. And for the summer semester, we will have most options where we are taking a virtual face-to-face approach to the online scenario. So you still actually get FaceTime with your instructor.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right. Good questions. Keep them coming. All right, so our guided pathway model, again, this was something that began maybe four years ago. Bill Gates and the Bill Gates Foundation has an interest in community college education, and they invested, tons of dollars into ensuring that students had the proper resources to be successful upon graduating from college. So pretty much the guided pathway model, it's all about, start to finish, exploring your academic and career options, and making sure that a path is laid out for you all that you understand, so you can be successful during your time while you're in school, okay? So the guided pathway model is made up of 10 academic communities. First at the top, looking at it, we have engineering, manufacturing, and building arts. We have social behavior sciences and human services. We have art, humanities, and design. We have technology, science and math, human health sciences, and the veterinary technology. We have business, education, communication, and then lastly, public safety, policy, and legal studies. So these are the 10 academic communities that we have here at St. Petersburg College. And when you apply to the college, you will choose one of the 10 academic communities that pretty much is your area of interest. You may not know exactly what you want to pursue in business, but you may know that, hey, business is something that I want to do. So what we try to do here at St. Petersburg College is put you within a field that, again, that you have interest in, and we want to keep you around like-minded individuals like your peers, your students, that have a similar mindset. Also, the assigned advisors that you're assigned to, they have a specialty in these particular communities. So when you assign to that advisor can really talk to you about that particular community and help you with decision making. And also, we are, most importantly, keeping you engaged. You come here for a reason, right? You come here to get a degree. You come here to get a career, start a career at the end of that degree. So again, we want to make sure that you're remaining engaged while at your time at SPC. Okay.
While you're talking about advisors, it looks like Kelsey's got a question. Is there a way for students to call or talk to an advisor at this time?
Absolutely, you can call. So again, all our advisors are working remotely. So we still have normal hours of operation. So you can call them, you can email them, and they will respond the same way as they have done in the past. Okay, so nothing has changed in terms of our services. So you still can schedule an advising appointment with your advisor. And yes.
So once you apply, it's going to give you the student number and assigned advisor. That assigned advisor is going to be a hyperlink, and that's probably the best way of clicking on there to do an appointment with an advisor. That way you can see what time frame is open and what fits best in your schedule.
Yeah, and I would just add, if you were not assigned to an advisor for whatever reason, there are some circumstances where you would be assigned any advisor. You just look at one of, the community that you're interested in, as Reggie was talking about, the guided pathways, and you can choose an advisor who is an expert in that area, and you can choose any advisor in that area to make an appointment with. And I also posted the link in the chat.
Great. Sweet. All right. So again, this is just pretty much sums up, the guided pathway model. Again, we, 10 years ago, when you think about, advising, students will come and, I'm interested in a bachelor's degree in business, and you'll meet with your advisor, and then your advisor will just say, here, these are the classes you need to take. Good luck. That is no longer the case. We have a proactive advising model, and our advisors are here to ensure your success here at St. Petersburg College. Again, our goal is to help you, finish what you've begun here. And our advisors are there to help you understand all the courses that you may need to take. They're there to understand the way you learn. Okay, so you may be an instructor that has a different teaching style from the way that you learn. So it's the advisor's responsibility to get to know you and set you up in the best situation to be successful. They're there to help talk about career outcomes, what the job market is looking like for the career path that you're in, and help you get set up with our career department. And also, if you need tutoring, that advisor is here to help you throughout the entire process. All right. So again, we have this proactive advising model. All right. We also have free tutoring here at SPC. At most universities, tutoring costs, and they charge you by the hour to get a tutor. At SPC, we have tutoring on every campus. Unfortunately, the campuses are closed, but we do have tutoring all online as well. So again, if you are someone that is, in a particular class, you need help with your college algebra, or you need someone to proofread your paper, all that is available virtually online as well. Okay. And then lastly, that personalized academic pathway, that roadmap, we have something called the MLP, which stands for My Learning Plan. So this is something that you will complete during your first advising session with your advisor. And pretty much this is your roadmap to your degree. So you will sit down with the advisor. They will map out all the courses that you would need to complete that desired degree. If it's a certificate, if it's an AA degree, if it's an associate of science degree, if it's a bachelor's degree, that advisor will be there to help you create that roadmap. And again, everyone is different. There's no one shoe fits all in the situation. That's why we call them personalized. That's why we call them MLP. My learning plan is yours. Because again, everyone has, different responsibilities, different obligations. You may have a family, you may be working full time. So again, it's the advisor's responsibility to meet with you to get a full understanding of what you currently have on your plate, so we can create a plan that complements what you currently have going on in your life. Okay. Anything you want to add to that, Jared?
No, it looks like we do have a question from Jennifer. She wants to know if she has a bachelor's degree from 10 years ago, would those classes count towards her classes or her degree now, or would she have to retake classes?
So for the most part, I would like you to meet with an advisor for sure, because again, it depends on what program you're trying to pursue. I wouldn't dare say that they're all transferable, because again, it definitely would have to align with your new attended program of choice. But again, for the most part, when you talk about your AA degree and your bachelor's degree, that will, if it's through SPC or if it's through a regionally accredited institution, that degree will be recognized. Okay. All right. So flexible scheduling options. All right. So again, as I just mentioned, all our summer classes are fully online. We are totally, online right now in terms of our services. And look at the first bullet, the #1 online college in Florida. So pretty much what that means is, guys, we've been prepared for this. I mean, so what we want to do is assure you that this transition is not new for us. We've been offering, programs online for years now. We have over 650 online courses for students to take. So I just want to make sure that you guys fully understand that you are going to be fully supported during this transition. We have all the tools, we have the technology, we have the resources to allow you to be successful down this path. And we are here to help. Okay. For those students who are in Pinellas County or within the surrounding Tampa Bay area, as you may know, we do have 11 campuses throughout Pinellas County. So again, once we get back up and fully functional, there may be a campus near you that you may want to visit to take some face-to-face courses, or if you at some point want to meet with your advisor face-to-face, just to put a face to the voice or to the emails that you may have been receiving, you can do that. Next, we have the weekend college. So again, you think about, again, everyone is different. There's no one shoe fits all. So again, you may not be able to take classes during the week because of your busy work schedule or your family obligations. We do have the weekend college where you can complete an entire AA degree or an AS degree in business administration in less than 2 years by taking classes full-time over the weekend. Okay, so these classes can be, taken face-to-face. Obviously, once we get back to that modality, online, blended, and also in the combination of those three. Okay, so again, our job is to be flexible for everyone. Again, we want to meet everyone's needs because we understand that life happens, right? Things happen that you may not have any control over, but again, life still goes on and we still have to accomplish our goals that we've set. So it's our responsibility as an institution to adapt to the students that we serve. And that's what St. Petersburg College is all about. The last bullet, we do have flexible semester start times. So again, if you think about the traditional semester, that is typically 16 weeks, all right? That's a full semester. We do have express courses that begin a little after the first 16 weeks that are 10 weeks long, okay? So for someone that can't start right away, so say you're ready for fall classes, you can't start right away in August, hey, you may be ready for September. We have express courses that are offered during that time frame. They are a little condensed now, again, 10 weeks compared to 16 weeks. You're still getting the same content in that particular course. So it is a little bit more intense, but it is doable. And again, you still have the same support in terms of tutoring, your advisors, any resources that any other student will have, taking the 16-week course. Then we also have 8-week courses, all right? So again, those courses are set up and can be completed in 8 weeks, where again, they may start in September or some may start in October, depending on when the courses are available. And then lastly, we have our winter term session that students can take last minute course that they may want to take while they're off during their winter break. These classes typically last about 2 to 3 weeks. But again, it's flexible start times to accommodate the needs of all of our students across the board. Anything you want to add to that, Jared?
I think you did a great job. We have wonderful online classes and programs. We're definitely flexible with our classes. That way our students can find time to get their studies in.
Yes,
we have plenty of locations as well. So for those
yes,
you can study at any one if you'd like. Whatever's closest to you might be best.
Yes, sir. All right. All right. So again, we offer more than 100 academic programs from career training, short-term training to our university transfer options. So here's a breakdown of what we offer here at St. Petersburg College. So again, those certificate programs. So those pretty much prepare you with technical skills that will allow you to obtain a job or either further your education for, or further your skill set, I should say, for advancement in your current job that you may have. All right, the beauty of our certificates, majority of them are embedded into our associates in science degrees. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I should say, right? So by obtaining a certificate, you could be earning credits towards an associate's degree in science at the same time. Again, our associate's degrees are intended for that very reason, to give you the skills to enter the workforce after completing a 2-year degree. All right, so that's the purpose of an AS degree, where you come in for 2 years and you come out with a skill that is basically transferable to the workforce. All right. Then also, again, a lot of our associates of science degrees, just like our certificates, how they are embedded into our AS degrees. Our AS degrees are embedded into our baccalaureate degrees. So again, you could be earning credits while completing that AS degree towards your bachelor's degree. All right. And then next, our associates of arts. So typically that is intended for students who may want to transfer to another institution. I always like to give an example. For some reason, I love zoology. I always give this example, but we do not have a bachelor's degree in zoology. We don't. We just don't have that. But again, if you are interested in that and you want to come to SPC, we can get you started on that path, meaning you can come complete your AA degree, meaning you're going to complete all your general education courses. So your Composition 1, your college algebra, your sciences, all those things you need to complete, will need to satisfy to complete that AA degree along with those electives. And then we can get you transition over to UF or Florida Gulf Coast who offers that particular degree. All right, so again, that's the intent of the AA degree. For those students who know that they want to get a bachelor's degree, that's the purpose of it. Okay, and again, our bachelor's degrees are below. Okay, so we have 21 bachelor's degrees coming this fall. We just added one new one, which we're very excited about. It's a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. As we know, that's a hot ticket in today's world. So many hackers are, so it's a hot ticket. So we are very excited about offering that particular degree. So again, if you are interested in pursuing something like that, please let us know. We'll definitely get you more information as our fall semester approaches. Anything you want to add to that, Jared?
I think it was fantastic. I do have a question on the floor from Christopher. He's curious if his advisor will assist him in accessing veterans benefits, GI Bills, etc., or will he need to speak to a specific advisor? So what I did is I included a link in the chat of all of our campus-based veteran services advisors, and they're probably the most skilled individuals that will help you with the veterans benefits. But most of our advisors will be knowledgeable, but I'd say the most knowledgeable ones are the veteran services advisors for each campus, and each one should be able to help you as well.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I've got another question from Audi. How does it work for a transfer at Gainesville University? So I would say it's basically the same process with the college transcripts. If you have previously college transcripts from Gainesville, just contact them, let them know that you are trying to start classes at SPC, and they can electronically send those to admissions.records.edu. admissions.records@spcollege.edu. And those will be the electronic ones for those in the state of Florida.
Okay, and that's and also just to be clear, there are two types. I mean, if you're going to be a transfer, meaning you're leaving Gainesville completely and you're going to be an official SPC student finishing out the degree there, or if you're going to be a transient student. So I just want to make that distinction. So pretty much a transient student are students who remain at their university. So I mean, they want to complete their degree at UF, but for the summer, because they are from Pinellas County, they just may be home for the summer, but they want to pick up a couple classes at SPC. Then that process looks a little different. So just if you can, in the Q&A, just verify what type of student that you are, either a transfer or a transient. Okay, so we can make sure that you're getting the right information. Okay.
Thanks, Reggie.
All right. All right, again, and I just pretty much just outlined the 2+2. I spoke about, what that means and what the AA degree is intended for. Again, that is basically your first 2 years of college, your freshman and sophomore year. Again, it's state mandated requirements for the AA is 36 general education credits must be completed. So again, that's your communications, meaning your Composition 1, Composition 2, speech, your math, your sciences, your foreign languages, a variety of different things that make up 36 credits, general education credits. And then you have 24 elective credits to complete, which equals 60 credits. 60 credits gives you a general A degree. And I always tell students, just to be honest, there's really no such thing as a general A degree because you can't obtain a general bachelor's degree. So you have to be moving towards something, obviously. So again, for those who may be interested in something like the sciences, and I always give the example of like a bachelor's degree in biology, even though a general AA is 60 credits, that AA degree in biology may be more 70 credits because you may have a little bit more prerequisites that you need to meet in order to be admitted into a bachelor's program in biology at the university level. All right, so just always keep that in mind. All right. All right, so here's a snapshot of some of our AS degrees that we offer here at SPC. Again, I'm not going to go through all of them, but again, this is something that you can find also on our website, where you can dive a little deeper onto some of the class offerings, some of the requirements. I know, obviously nursing is a hot commodity across the board. Again, we do have certain requirements that you need to meet when you are considering a program like nursing, because it is limited access, similar to some of our other programs like dental hygiene or whatnot. So again, these are on our website. So I definitely encourage you to take a dive in there, take a look. And again, if you have any additional questions, we do have web forms on each individual program page. So if you want someone to follow up with you in terms of getting more information about these particular programs, someone will do that immediately, okay? And then here's a snapshot of our bachelor's degrees that we offer. And again, we have 20, currently we have 20. Come fall, we will have 21 bachelor's degrees that we offer here at SPC. Again, these are also on our website for you to get more information. All right, so spend less and earn more. So the two main things that I want to touch on with this in terms of free college credit are industry certifications. So say you're someone who is currently working in childcare. You may work for the Florida Department of Children and Family. You may work for Head Start or the Art Club, YMCA, who knows? But for some of these jobs, they do require their employees to have certain certifications in order to work with these children. All right, so if you're someone, to give you an example, who has the Child Development Associate Certificate, that certificate alone can get you 9 credits at SPC. So just based off of your work experience that you currently have, you can come to apply to SPC, sit down with an advisor, say, hey, I do have this industry certification. That right there can get you 9 credits toward an AS degree in childhood education. All right. So we do have a variety of different industry certifications that we do accept that articulate into free college credit at SPC. So keep in mind when you are again applying to the college, and obviously when you're meeting with your advisors, to let them know that again you do have these industry certifications, and they can get you connected with the proper dean of that department to get you some of those free college credits. All right. Then also for our high school students, each high school in Pinellas County, they have academies, and these academies students are in. Give you an example, Dixie Highlands, they have a digital arts and media academy. We do have a digital arts and media AS degree at St. Petersburg College. So for those students who complete certain courses in their particular high school academy, they can obtain college credits based off of what they've completed in high school. All right. So again, keep in mind all my high school students, all my parents that have children in high school, please definitely, when you are sitting with your advisors and you have your official transcripts, please, let your advisor know that these are some of the things that you've completed while you're in high school, and you may be able to receive some free college credits based off of previous experiences.
So Reggie, I'm giving you a 10-minute mark.
Wow.
I know. Can you believe it?
It's crazy. So, and then scholarships, I'm going to talk a little bit about the foundation scholarship a little later. But again, just to give you an idea, guys, we have tons of scholarship dollars available for you all. Foundation scholarships, institutional scholarships. These institutional scholarships come from, folks within the college that, again, donate money just for student success. All right, we have private donors, we have organizations that we're partners with, like Duke Energy, the Verizon, where they donate dollars to student success. So there are tons of opportunities. We have a webpage dedicated to our scholarships for students. So I encourage you, just go to our website, just type in scholarships in the search. You'll see our foundation, you'll see institutional, you'll see private donor scholarships, and just apply. Like, trust me, the dollars are there. Trust me. All right, and again, I'll touch a little bit more on the foundation scholarship within the last 10 minutes that we have together. All right, keep going. All right, so workforce, again, I just want to briefly touch on this. Again, we have a department called the Workforce Institute. So for those that may not be interested in pursuing an actual degree, you may not want a certificate, a credit certificate, you may not want a associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. We do have the Workforce Institute where they help with personal enrichment. So you may be someone that is just looking to, you took Spanish in high school, 15 years ago, and now in your current job, it is kind of a requirement for you to understand it a little bit more than you may have right now. You can come to our Workforce Institute and you can get some prep courses and learn that language and get a refresher on what you've learned 15 years ago. These are non-credit courses that you are able to take. We have drone classes, so someone who is interested in learning how to fly a drone, you can take that through our Workforce Institute. They also train organizations and businesses. So many businesses in the Tampa Bay area come to our Workforce Institute to do corporate training. So that a company may have 20 employees that may need to get a refresher on Microsoft Office and learn Excel and learn different things like that within Microsoft Office. Our Workforce Institute will take those individuals through training. Okay, so there's more information in the link below. Jared, if you want to grab that for me and just post it in the Q&A for anyone who may be interested in learning more about our Workforce Institute and some of the classes that they offer.
Yes, of course.
All right. Cool. Did it?
Gotcha.
Yep.
Whatever now.
All right, cool. All right, high school scholarships and articulation agreements. So for high school programs, I mentioned a little earlier, dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is free for high school students in Pinellas County. So these are students that are completing their high school diploma. They're currently in high school, but they are eligible to take free college courses through St. Petersburg College. They can either take them at an SPC campus, or they can take them at some of the local high schools. We do offer dual enrollment classes at some of our high schools. All right. Then we have early college. Early college is for students who are entering their junior year. This is a 2-year program, so it's an opportunity for students to attend SPC full-time. So at the completion of early college, they will earn their high school diploma and also an AA degree. All right, so they're getting 2 for 1. All right. Then early admissions. So for those who may not be capable or eligible, I should say, to take early college, because again, it is a very competitive program. They only take so many slots. Early admission is the next step after early college, where students who are entering their senior year who didn't get into early college, they can get admitted into early admissions, where again, they will be attending SPC full time, and they will be able to complete their high school diploma and then complete 30 credits towards the AA degree. All right. And then lastly, the collegiate high school. This is for students entering their 10th and 11th grade. We have our own high schools at St. Petersburg College. We have a collegiate high school at the St. Petersburg College Gibbs campus, and then we also have one at our Tarpon Springs campus. So that's North County. So students will be a full-time high school student at SPC, and then they will have the opportunity upon completion to earn their high school diploma and also their AA degree. And as we mentioned earlier, we talked about the cost of tuition here at SPC, just a little over $6,700 to complete an AA degree. Here's an opportunity to get the AA degree completed for free. So all my high school students that are online and their parents that are online, I encourage you to, take this serious right now, because, don't pay for school if you don't have to. Here's an opportunity where it could be provided to you for free based off of your performance in the classroom. Okay? All right. Then again, the foundation scholarships. All our foundation scholarships are not necessarily, based on academic accolades and academic achievement. It can be based on community involvement. It can be based on club involvement or program involvement on campus. So this is something that you only have to apply for, I believe, Jared, is it once a year, or do you do it every semester?
You're going to do it on a semester basis. If
Okay.
you open at the same time, then you can apply for them at the same time if you need to.
Okay. Yep. So this is something that you can apply for. Last year, we awarded $1.5 million in student scholarships, which is, again, is great. It's wonderful, but there are still hundreds of thousands of dollars still available for students. So again, I encourage you to apply. Again, if you want more information about the Foundation Scholarship, just go to our website and just type in Foundation Scholarship in the search, and it'll take you to you. It'll take you to that, and you'll get more information. Okay.
I just posted those links, Reggie.
Perfect. All right, articulation agreements. So this is our agreements that we have with our university partners, University of South Florida and also Florida A&M University. So upon completing these particular programs, you are granted admissions into USF and also FAMU. So meaning they can't deny you. If you're a high school student or a non-traditional student who's applied to one of these two institutions prior to coming to SPC and they denied you due to test scores or GPA, you can enter the FUSE or the Ignite program and get set up on a pathway, complete that pathway, and then transition into these either institution and not be denied admissions, okay? All right, so again, here are some of the programs that we offer through the FUSE program. We do have this on our website. So again, because we are running out of time, I just want to make sure that you guys see that. And again, this is on the website, so please take a look and explore that if these are some of the areas that you may be interested in. Same thing with Ignite. We currently have 6 programs in the Ignite program. But the most important thing that I wanted to touch on, the benefits of being a part of our FUSE and Ignite program. You can complete your A degree within 2 to 3 years. So again, I'm not saying we put you on a timetable, but we put you on a timetable, and we encourage you to get done in a timely fashion, because again, our goal is to transition you to the next destination in the process. All right. You have dual academic advising between SPC and also USF and FAMU. So again, you will have your assigned advisor here at SPC, but then you also have an advisor at USF and at FAMU, where during this process, we're both working together to ensure that you are on the right path and you understand everything that you need to accomplish to make sure this transition goes smoothly. All right. Next, we reduce the risk of accumulating any access credits. All right. So again, because this path is already laid out for you, these are articulated agreements that we've set with each institution, meaning these pathways are been approved by each individual dean of these particular departments. So these classes are already set in stone that you need to take in order to transition. All right. So you know exactly what classes you need to take, so you don't have the risk of paying for something that you don't need. Okay. So these are approved academic pathways. Next, just the integration. Again, you are a Titan, but then you are a Bull and you also are a Rattler at the same time. So we want to give you that experience. We take students on college tours. Students are able to attend sporting events at FAMU and also at USF. You are a Bull while you're with us. All right. So again, the key thing is understanding that we are in this together, and the integration between the two universities, keeping you engaged throughout this process to make this transition much smoother. All right. Then lastly, you pay for the cost of tuition for the first 2 years. The saving is is wonderful. Obviously, again, when we talk about the first 2 years of college, I can't manipulate what Composition 1 is. Okay. Composition 1 is the same thing wherever you go. The only difference is at the university level is you're paying triple the price and you have 300 students in your class. Here at SPC, you get that individual attention from your professor, and you're paying half the price for a high quality education. Okay. So that's the end of our presentation. How much time do we have left? Probably none.
Well, we don't, but it won't end until we end it. So we do have at least 6 questions in the hopper here. So I would just encourage anybody else that has questions, go ahead and post those in the Q&A tool, and we will make sure that we get those answered. So one of the first questions I would like to present to you, Reggie, is how does the transfer work for Gainesville for vet tech? And this is very specific. What advice would you give this student? All
right, so the perfect advice that I can give you as of right now, I want to get you connected with Jenny White. She is our area expert for our vet tech program. So what I would like you to do is please leave your contact information in the chat. So from here, I will get you contacted with Jenny White, and she'll be able to walk you through the entire transition process from Gainesville to our vet tech program here at SBC, because she's the area expert. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So here's another question: are the scholarships applicable if you are an SPC student too, or is it only for high school students?
Want to take that, Jared?
I can answer that for you. So for the foundation scholarships, those are going to be for SBC students. You will need an SBC student number to apply for whatever semester it is, but we do have institutional scholarships like the Presidential Scholarship, which is for high school students, along with the Johnny Ruth Clark Scholarship, that's for high school students.
Yes, and just to give you a synopsis, the Presidential Scholarship pays for your entire AA degree. So if you're eligible, the requirement is to have a GPA between a 3.7 and 3.9, just have a standard high school diploma and some letters of recommendation. But again, obviously with it being, paying for your entire AA degree, it is competitive, but it's possible. In real world, at least 50 students receive that particular scholarship.
And it looks like I have a question from Camila. The question is, if I took a placement test at a different college, can I use that, or will I have to retake it? Do you have an answer, Reggie?
You can use now the repository for the PERT. Christy, are you familiar with, I know like SAT and ACT has a login where you can grab that. Do we have something similar to that for the PERT?
Yeah, as long as it's the same test that we use.
Yeah.
It's definitely, we can definitely use that. I would also say that if you're transferring in transfer credit hours, and they do transfer to SPC, those take precedence to meet prerequisites so that you don't have to do PERT or placement testing. We did have a question earlier, what is the PERT? And PERT is just a placement test that gives you access to credit-bearing classes, basically. It lets us know where you need to start to be successful as a student. Yep,
that is key. That's a good answer. If you have college credit currently, if you have a degree, that takes precedence over any exam or any placement test. You wouldn't have to worry about that if you have college level credits in math, reading, writing. That will satisfy that requirement if you're transferring those credits in.
On the other side of the spectrum, if you just took placement tests, you didn't take any any classes, then you can still use that placement test. You just got to make sure it's within 2 years of your start date for classes.
Correct.
Your mark, it will expire just like ACT and SAT scores.
Correct.
So we have another question from Hannah. What dates can I come in and apply for classes without a transcript?
All right. So as of right now, if you're interested in the summer, so again, I'm not sure what type of student you are, if you're graduating from high school or if you're already have graduated. If you are, so I'm gonna give you the two examples. So if you are a high school student currently, we do have summer registration open. Obviously, if you're in high school right now, your official graduation date will not be till June. All right. So you can look and view our summer courses, but you won't be able to start classes until we have your official high school transcript for summer. Okay. But we do have second 8 weeks classes that will start after your high school graduation date that you are able to take. Okay. Now, if you're interested in taking classes in the fall, you can come in. Fall registration begins April 27th. All right, so you can get scheduled with an advisor on April 13th is when you'll actually be able to go onto our website and actually view those classes. So that being said, we wouldn't need your official high school transcript to get you registered for fall classes. So once fall registration opens April 27th, an advisor can use those unofficial transcripts to register you for classes. And then obviously once you graduate in June, you would have to submit those official transcripts just before you start classes in August, if you are a high school student.
Yep. And can I just reiterate, right now we are not there physically. So
Yes.
you really need to be working with your advisor. So as you
Yes.
apply to the college, you will be assigned someone to work with specifically. So just make sure that you're going through your advisor to register and answer any questions that you have.
Absolutely. And then,
Go ahead. We have 2 more questions.
okay.
Is there someone I can contact, or can someone contact me with regards to the LPN to RN bridge program?
Absolutely. So can you just put your information in the chat, and I will have someone follow up with you. So LPN to RN program. Jarek's really good at that.
Yeah, we can definitely get you in touch with someone.
Yes.
And then I think Jarek has our last question.
Yep. So the last question I think I can answer for Dawn. The question is, are online classes on your own time or scheduled time? So from my own experiences, I've taken online classes at SPC. Everything's given to you through My Courses, which is the software that we use to submit assignments and receive assignments. And what most professors will do is divide each work by each week. So you'll have assignments for each week, and then it's up to your professor's discretion on when to have a due date for each assignment. Some may have a due date near the end of the semester for everything, but I've noticed that most do have due dates at the end of each week. So you'll be engaging with your peers and with the professor each week, most likely with all those assignments. And it's basically just up to the professor's discretion whether they want you to do it on your own time or on scheduled times. I know moving forward, if we're having face-to-face classes, there will be Zoom activities that you will have to commit to have that face-to-face time with your instructor. And that's definitely a scheduled time, and also that is up to the professor's discretion. I know most of them will definitely have one, and then there's some of them that will also have like 2 for each day. That way, if you miss the first one, you can go to the second one as well. But we're doing everything we can to accommodate due to certain circumstances to make sure that we are getting that face-to-face time and really servicing the needs of our students.
So with that, we actually have another question.
And
And please, I encourage you, if you do have questions, go ahead and ask them now so we can answer them for you while we're here. Corey asks, I have a bachelor's degree but would like to do a certificate. What do I apply as?
So if you are a new student to SPC, you will apply as a new student. Okay, that's what you apply as, a new student to SPC. If you are a returning student, all you would need to do is do the re-admit. So especially if it's been longer than 2 years, you would just need to do the re-admit process, which is not necessarily a new application. Because again, you would already have an SPC ID number. All it is just pretty much updating your information, address, basic essential information. But again, if you are a new student coming to SPC with a bachelor's degree, you will still do the standard new student application.
Awesome.
I think that looks like all the questions that we have.
All right.
We got plenty of links in the chat bar for everyone to utilize if they want information that goes straight to the right website.
So for those questions that we have to follow up with you all, we do have your information. We will be getting to those right away and getting those questions answered for you all. So again, I want to thank you all for spending your evening with us. Had a great time. You guys asked some wonderful questions. The next step in this webinar process, we are working on planning a enrollment type of a webinar where it helps students, register for classes or whatnot. So stay tuned for emails, updates on that particular webinar when we get that finalized. Jarek, you want to add anything? Christy?
Nope. This was a wonderful webinar, very informational. We've got lots of information for you guys, and feel free to reach out and keep an ear open for those that we're going to follow up with.
Yep, and just, yeah, I appreciate you guys spending the evening with us. We hope that this was helpful. And if you remember any of the three of our names, if you think of a question later, feel free to send it to us, and we're happy to work with you and get you where you need to be.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye, guys.